Hello there, Capricorn. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to your general reading. Thank you so much for being here today. These are timeless readings, so please remember that the universe has brought you here for a reason. There is something in today's card spread that is meant just for you. Whatever it is that may be weighing heavily in your heart or on your mind, trust that there is a message in today's card spread just for you. All right, Capricorn, look at that. King of Swords. So very powerful leadership type energy. You are in a state right now where you're incredibly logical, analytical. You are able to really take charge of the situation. Whatever challenge is put in front of you, you have no problems taking it on, just because you are incredibly organized, logical, very strategic. This is very, very strong, powerful energy. Almost in some degree, it can easily be perceived as very confrontational, so be very careful too, because some of the words that you might use might be a little bit direct and piercing, and so it can create a little bit of drama around you, so just be very careful of that. Powerful energy, of course, but if used wisely, it can work to your favor, but if used unwisely, then it can create a lot of drama for you, and I don't want that. All right, Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. So this is a beautiful Virgo earth energy. Begin to plant the seeds for your future. I cannot stress that enough. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Don't wait for whatever. Just plant it now. I think that most of you truly have very deep, deep passions and goals. And I think that you are, a lot of you, because you want stability in your life, you don't want any surprises. I think you're looking for the most opportune time to start whatever passion project you might have, for example. And here's your sign to say, no, do it now, start it, right? Even if it's just little bits of action every day, start planting those seeds so that you can be rewarded with abundance in the future. Look at that, you've got something new coming in. So those of you who are starting this, starting to plant the seeds, like I said, just begin now, start now. There you go. The reason is because you've got a new beginning on the horizon here. I think many of you have had huge changes in your lives, and here's your opportunity to take that leap, whatever it is. If you're starting a new career, you're reinventing yourself, making a move and trying to start a new relationship, whatever it is, moving into a new house, whatever it is, you've got something new on the horizon here that is going to bring about so much change and beauty into your life, because you have absolute trust and faith that things are going to be okay. Right? I think a lot of you guys who have had those tower moments where your lives have been flipped upside down and you've picked up the pieces. I think now you're regaining your hope, your trust, your faith, and you're understanding the meaning of co-creating with spirit, co-creating with universe. And that's beautiful. Now, anytime that there is change in your life, Capricorn, understand that that is going to bring about conflict. Now, conflict doesn't have to be handled in a very adversarial, head-on collision kind of energy. It doesn't have to be like that. You can choose how you participate. Now, remember, we can't control other people, but you, Capricorn, can choose how you're going to participate in this interaction. It could be very adversarial. It could be something that, where you can compromise, you can communicate, show some compassion. You don't have to take everybody else's swords, right? So in other words, the outcome does not need to be a very imbalanced power, right? This guy has all the swords and the people are walking away. What happens in that situation is then you've got to repair relationships, right? You've got to repair yourself because you've engaged in something that's really brought your energy level down. So in this situation here, remember to see things differently, and maybe if you are presented with conflict or challenges, that you find another way to handle it, right? Not so destructive, not winning at all cost. Trust your intuition. There are things in your life right now that aren't very clear, especially since you're starting something new. Because you are wanting to be very logical and analytical and very strategic, you want things like set out in front of you. You want to have concrete evidence so that you can create the perfect strategy, the perfect plan for yourself. However, not everything always presents itself that way. A lot of times things are surprise, right? Things are hidden, or things are an illusion still. It's not meant to be seen quite yet. Whatever it is that you are asking yourself, like, what's next for me? What's my path? That will be revealed to you in time. Just go with the flow. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. Make sure that you are making decisions from the purest of your heart. Make sure the intentions that you're sending out to the universe aligns with your future outcomes. Whatever your desires are for the future, make sure you align yourself with that. You align your energy with that. So what did I say about finding another way to deal with challenges? Here's a perfect example with the Strength card. So with the Strength card, you see the maiden here is controlling the lion, her challenge, but she's doing it in the most unconventional way, almost kind of like that's not how you would handle something like that, but somehow she's able to control the situation and find another way to deal with this challenge. So that's what I was talking about earlier, is that if you are confronted with a certain challenge or situation, try to find another way of dealing with those challenges rather than doing it head on, handling it head on to where it's very adversarial and you're creating a lot of negative energy around you, right? Because that is part of the intention. Whatever energy you send out to the universe, that gets reflected back to you. So try to always be at your highest and best self. All right, so 3 of Cups. You've got an opportunity here to be around friends, to gain support from your friends, and to be surrounded by the people who love you and want the very best for you. Make sure you take that into account. Don't forget to nurture that part of your life, that friendship, that family. Because Capricorn, I know that you're go, 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 and you're very goal-oriented, and you're going to get that goal. You're going to get to the finish line, and you're going to have that abundance that you desire. However, not at the cost. It shouldn't be at the cost of family, friendship, and love. All right, that's your big message right there. The Hierophant. So with the Hierophant, everything that's happened in your life, especially in these situations when you are presented with multiple different types of challenges, now is a good time for you to really connect with your higher self, with the divine, with your spirituality, because you will be in a position here where you will be the example. Your traditions, your rules, your systems that you've created for yourself to gain success is going to be looked at by other people and want to be emulated by other people. So you might be in a position there where you're going to be the one sharing that knowledge, that spiritual knowledge, connecting others with that spirituality. I like it. So yeah, with this conflict here, you're going to have to take a stand. And here, I like that it's at the end of your timeline here, because it's to remind you to not lose sight of your convictions, of your honor, of your desires, whatever your goal is, and who you are evolving to become. I think you are getting to know who you truly are, and you're going to have to stand up for that, because anytime you have a big change, people don't like it. They tend to object, and so you might have to stand up for yourself here. Defend your ideas, defend your choices. Yeah, look at this big old sword, because new ideas, you're having mental clarity and breakthroughs, and so you're really seeing what your life is going to be about, and you know what to cut out of your life, what to add, what to subtract, what to, how to avoid drama, for example. This is a card of victory, and you're well on your way to that success. It's just you have to make sure that you are unwavering and that you stand up for yourself and your choices. Yeah, there's your Tower. Just like I said, so things have happened in your life that's really caused it to be really flipped upside down. I like to say that because, use that because it literally is. Everything was in order and then boom, it wasn't in order. And now it was in shambles, right? That's why I like to use that analogy of, oh, it's just been flipped upside down. Yeah, because at one time your life seemed perfect to you. It was in order in the way you perceive it. And then something unplanned happened and boom, it got flipped upside down. Now everything's a mess. You've picked up the pieces, you've gained the mental clarity, you know what to cut out of your life that doesn't belong, and now you're rebuilding. You are truly discovering your highest and truest self. I like that. Temperance. Now, with all of this breakthrough and clarity, your connection with the divine, make sure you practice balance, moderation, and a whole lot of patience. Trust in divine guidance, divine protection, trust in timing, right? Because everything will be revealed to you in time. Just trust that the universe is creating something beautiful for you. Believe that you have a purpose, a goal here, a path that you're meant to follow. As long as you come at it from your highest and best self, you'll always fall into that path. Page of Pentacles, new beginnings, new opportunities are coming in for you. Some of you who may be looking to build abundance and wealth, here's a new opportunity for you. Remember, begin to plant those seeds, right? Begin to plant the seeds that's going to lead you towards the success that you desire. All right, Capricorn, let's take a look at some oracle cards. Courage. So again, with that inner courage, right, that strength card, it reminds you, this card is reminding you to handle challenges from a different perspective. Not always very head-on collision style, winning at all costs, but try to be very flexible. Begin to see things from a different perspective so you can handle those challenges in a more positive way with respect to your energy. It's all about protecting your energy. All right. Oh my gosh, look at that. Bottom of the deck, protection. Yeah. Wow, you cannot make this up. All right, so protection. Yeah. Protection for your energy, protection for your choices, your convictions, your beliefs, traditions, whatever system you've developed for yourself. Protection from the divine, right? The divine, trusting in divine protection, divine timing, divine purpose. So understand that everything is working out the way it needs to for you. Trust. Just kind of keep your decisions in a small area, meaning that you only reserve your big decisions for you, because you're the one that has to live your life. You're the one that's making the big changes in your life. So biggest thing here, begin to plant the seed so you can continue to trust and co-create with spirit, because you've got something beautiful and new coming in the horizon there. You've got to learn the meaning behind the tower moment that happened for you. How did it make you a better person? How did it allow you to evolve spiritually, all right, and get closer to your highest self and your truest goals? All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll talk soon. Bye.